What up, YouTube Live? This is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment. Chatting with you tonight regarding the all-new The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 3, titled Monsters. And I find this episode to be quite fascinating, really. If you want to go pretty deep with the title, because in this episode we saw what we thought to be good guys behaving like bad guys, and we kind of wonder, like, okay, who are the monsters really? Who are the villains here? So it was an appropriate title, but it's not that simple. Of course, nothing ever is. It's more complicated than that. So let's dissect this. Let's see. First of all, I have my notes here. This video contains spoilers, so just a heads up there. But if you have watched tonight's episode, Monsters, make sure you share your thoughts in the comment section below. Morales versus Rick. All right, that whole standoff between Morales and Rick. It was okay. So Morales is basically. We don't know what happened to his family. Last weekend I asked you guys, who is this guy? Apparently it's Morales from Season 1. Duh. So I looked up Season 1 again. Yep, that's the same guy, the same actor. And so you wonder now what happened to his family. Maybe that's what, caused his anger. And because it seemed like he was lashing out on Rick. He took us down memory lane. He mentioned names like Andrea, Shane, Lori, Glenn, as if their deaths are on, Rick. It's his fault. Morales is basically saying, hey, you can't save us. You're the one who caused us to die. Meanwhile, Savior saved me, or whatever it is. That's his reasoning. So maybe he's pissed off because he survived all these years, all these seasons, but his family did not. I'm guessing he was lashing out on Rick. And a part of me asked, like, can you blame Morales though? Can you blame Morales for thinking that? I mean, it seems that as heroic as Rick Grimes is, death does follow him. People closest to him can suffer misfortune. So he's not really completely in the wrong here, Morales, to be thinking that way. Of course, who would have thunk it? Freaking Daryl shot Morales, and there you go. That's the end of the return of Morales. You would think that Morales would stick around at least, but bam, he was just there to kind of put Rick in his place, even for a second. For just a second, I mean. Which leads to the end of this episode, when Rick gave his word to that young man hiding behind the tree, that the young man could get away if he would just give him information. And the young man did give them information, and bam, Daryl just shot him straight in the head. For one split second, you could see on Rick's face, his face is saying, oh my God, what have we done? I gave this kid my word. But then he just shrugged it off. Because I guess the other thoughts kicked in, which is, hey, it's just a casualty of war. We just don't know who to trust. It's very, very shady, man. That's why I love this episode, tonight's episode, because the lines were blurred between good guys and bad guys. Which leads us to Jesus versus Morgan. Speaking of which, right? So Jesus wants to keep the prisoners alive for some God knows what reason. Maybe Jesus has some kind of a rehabilitation program, or he thinks that these people can be reformed. I have no idea. And Morgan, of course, thinks differently. And poor Morgan, that one asshole just keeps antagonizing him. You know, the one asshole that's all tied up with the rest of the prisoners. Uh, and then the dead come stumbling down. The zombies come tumbling down, which cracked me up because they literally. Um, and so the prisoners try to run away, and Morgan chased after them, and he shot one of them dead. And the minute that he almost about to shoot the other ones, Jesus interfered, and then Jesus and Morgan had a fight. Like, it was a great fight scene, by the way. Holy crap! Kudos to the choreographer. It was very well staged, in my opinion. For what it's worth. So you kind of wonder, a part of me saying, I don't know about you guys, I think Jesus is being stupid. I can understand sympathy, empathy, or hoping for the other side to be reformed. I can understand Jesus' argument when he said there is a time for war and then there's peace. We gotta start now practicing towards that peace. He says something along the line, eventually we're gonna have to live with these people. But in my head, it's like, you don't have to live with these people. These people can die now. And that's where Morgan's argument comes in. Like, these people, what they've done, once a bad guy, always a bad guy. That's basically Morgan's argument. Even at the end, when he gets beaten by Jesus, he still says, he says something along the line of, I'm not right, meaning he knows he is not seeing things right, like he's emotionally distraught, but he also said, I'm not wrong. And Tara kind of confirmed him, or not confirmed him, Tara kind of took his side there for a split second. So I totally understand where Jesus is coming from, man. And he's trying to live up to his name, I suppose. Granting grace. But these people saw, like I said in the video last week about episode 2, these people, the saviors, are brainwashed. Even each and one of them calls themselves Negan. And they look up to Negan like he is some kind of a demigod. So, I don't know. I think it's a case of too far gone. There are some people or some folks who may be able to be saved, but there are folks like these ones, I think, they're just too far gone. That change, the word change, is not in their dictionary. But I might be wrong. Maybe Jesus is right. But maybe Morgan is right. It was surprising to see Maggie giving Jesus a chance instead of Maggie just ordering everybody to get, the saviors to get killed right there and then. Maggie actually give Jesus' argument some thought, and I find that surprising. So I think if anybody is going to enact the killing of those prisoners, those saviors, I think it'll be Daryl. Because you saw how Daryl was tonight with that young man behind the tree. By the way, that young man, you're so stupid, dude. Why did you shoot at that Jeep or that truck? Dude, you could have just hid behind that tree until nightfall or nighttime and then run away. Whatever. You did not have to make yourself known. And now you're dead. What the hell? I just feel sorry for the kid, man. And you knew Daryl was going to shoot him. You knew Daryl was not going to give him mercy. So that's why I said, I think, if anything, Daryl's going to be the one that that's going to kill off those prisoner saviors. And that's going to put Jesus in conflict with Daryl and Rick and Carol. Carol, I think, will do that too. Would do what Daryl would. Either that or one of the prisoners, maybe the asshole, will turn on Jesus and smugly say, hey, this is what you get for keeping us alive, you know, as he about to kill Jesus. I'm just putting out the worst case scenario out there. Possible worst case scenario. Let's see what I have on my notes here before we're done. Oh, Gregory, oh my God. Fucking Gregory. His cowardice knows no bounds. I hate that guy. I can't believe Maggie gives Gregory another day. It's just so weird, man. I don't know what's going through Maggie's mind right now. I hope he doesn't fire. I hope he doesn't fire back on her, because Gregory is. He doesn't have principles. He doesn't have an ideology. He's just like, whatever side I can kind of, you know, latch onto in order to stay alive, you know, because I only look out for me. That's his deal. He's the #1 Benedict Arnold in this whole show. Oh, I hope he gets what's coming to him, man. I hope Gregory gets accountability, because I fucking hate seeing that smug face, you know. Another episode. Ezekiel, King Ezekiel, holy crap. Which leads me to my last point on my note here. This guy is on fire. King Ezekiel with his fiery speeches. Something about, oh, we win the first, which will lead us to the second. The second will lead us to the third. Victory after another. Holy crap. I'm telling you, dude, this guy knows how to, you know, kind of pump you up for battle, for war. And they didn't take any prisoners, man. They were shooting the saviors as the saviors were running by or across the field. Bam, 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 bam. No mercy. The kingdom showed no mercy. Unfortunately, at the last minute, there was an ambush. And it seems like it took a lot of the kingdom's people, the kingdom's casualties. We'll see if Ezekiel would survive and Carol would survive that ambush. I hate to see they die, and it seems like from tonight's episode, the thing with the two lovers, Eric and, man, the name escapes me right now. That was heartfelt. But I think it's more impactful if the writers target characters that have stayed longer or characters that were around from previous seasons. You know, maybe Carol will kill off Daryl or whatever, you know, instead of just the guy Eric, whom we only knew for like a couple of seasons. So that's fine and all, but it would be more impactful if it's somebody that we have grown accustomed to forever or associated with this show. So yes, Morales gone, Eric's gone, but we don't feel as much for them as we would for if the writers kill off Daryl or Carol or Morgan or Rick. So we'll see if they dare doing that this season, but I would not rule that out at all. Next week, it's called Some Guy. If you've seen the preview, it's weird that they're still not coming back to Gabe, because Gabe got stuck with Negan in that one room where Negan asked Gabe if he has his shitting pants on. So I want to see what happens there, but unfortunately I think unfortunately I think next week's episode, it'll still be about something else other than Gabe and Negan. We'll just have to be patient. So share your thoughts in the comments section below. What do you think? Do you think it was wrong for Daryl to shoot that young man or that young kid hiding behind the tree? And are you on the side of Jesus or Morgan with regards to the prisoners? Who do you think is naive? Who do you think is right here? Share your thoughts and answers and theories in the comment section below, and please subscribe to my channel. And if you like my channel, if you like all the videos here, please support me at patreon.com/ramascreen. and become my patrons today. Let's rock this.